This is the Fraven Show, and we're gonna be talking about bad hair.
Bad Hair. Bad Hair released in 2020, a horror comedy starring Elle Lorraine. Should I give a breakdown?
Yep.
So, long story short, this movie is about a woman named Anna, who is a Black woman who is currently working in the film industry, and she's been working as an executive assistant. We meet her applying for other jobs as I think she wanted to be a producer, basically, or like a host, or like, do her own
You want to
thing.
be a host? I remember it started as her doing an interview of like a newscast thing.
Yeah.
It was full of like white people.
Yeah, it was run by white people, but you can tell by the line that was out there when she left that they were looking for Black people. And an ongoing problem that we saw in the beginning is that Anna is a natural hair Black woman. And back then, it's in the 90s, right?
Early 90s.
Natural hair was kind of fading. People wanted to have more long, relaxed perm and weave, and that was coming back into style. So this movie basically talks about her struggle with hair, and should I spoil it?
Mm-hmm.
She decides to get a weave, which was recommended by her boss, and that hair is fucking evil. It starts killing people. And yeah, that's basically the story.
Yeah, that's basically the recap. So let's begin with your thoughts throughout the whole movie from beginning to end, and then talk about what you thought about, like what I think about it, or like, how conversation flows.
Yeah.
What do you think in the beginning, like how you felt when you was watching that movie?
The beginning didn't feel like a horror, because this movie, when I'm looking it up, it's listed as a horror/comedy. It didn't feel like a horror. It felt like it was a drama. It felt like it was a relatable, like, show. Like I was watching like Insecure or something, starring Issa Rae. And I was literally explaining to you, as I'm watching it, I understand the feelings that she's having, because when I was younger, having natural hair, I also had that same feeling of like, like you're kind of comfortable with yourself, but then everybody else is not comfortable with you. So you kind of have this feeling of, do I conform? Do I get straight hair? Do I do blah? It did feel slow. You get what I mean?
Very slow.
Really slow. And it's to the point where it's just like I said, it didn't feel like a horror. It just felt like a drama. It literally felt like I was just watching a drama show.
Yeah, I would say it just felt like a show where the plot, I thought it was like a slice of life movie.
Yeah.
Because it just felt like what the struggle was back in the 90s when you're competing with, like, I would say, white shows, and what people was really interested was very popular. Like, it very like the culture back then during the 90s was like, they only had like a certain look, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
And if you didn't match that look, you will be fired.
Yeah.
And that's what like the vibe it was giving me when I was watching the movie. When the main character was going through her, I guess, like her trials in a way, where she was like, all right, we was coming from the late 80s, right? They have everybody have like the natural hair, but then her boss get fired, or she turned down an offer, so she quit.
But even that before then, when she was younger, that probably took place in like the 70s, 80s, and she was still going for a perm. I'm not sure exactly when perms started getting really popular. I know they had the curly perms that started getting popular in the 80s, late 70s.
Yeah.
And that burnt mark that she has in the back of her head.
Oh man, it's crispy.
Oh my God,
Like,
that brought back
that shit
PTSD.
look like a bacon strip.
I remember when a bacon strip.
Yeah, it looked like a bacon strip.
I always wondered, because I used to get burns like that.
When did it smell?
It smelled like chemicals,
Smell
honestly.
like crispy, right?
No.
You ever get like burn your head and you're like, damn, that smells good.
Never bread on it, No. But like, it was just always like, you couldn't scratch your hair before you go get it permed, because if you scratch it, it'll just burn. And like, you can feel after they put the chemicals and blow dry it and straighten it and everything, you could feel like the scab on your head. And like, I used to scratch at it because it had like a weird, like, satisfying feeling. But it's like to the point where it wasn't as bad as hers, but like it was freaking disgusting. I hated it. Brought back so much PTSD. But yeah, you were saying like as she was going into...
Okay, like I said, it just felt like a slice of life in the quarter of the movie, the beginning quarter of the movie, where it was just like, you could tell that she going through like obviously money issue because she couldn't pay rent.
Yeah.
But she felt like an outcast because when she went to work, a lot of people didn't really look at her.
Yeah.
She was like you could tell she was very low level, even though she inspired to be high level.
Which is weird, because it seemed like she was the assistant of the main person that was like in charge of everything.
It seemed like it. But I don't know. It just seemed like she also wasn't. It's kind of weird. Like it's like, all right, you're the assistant, but you don't get paid as an assistant. So it's like, what's going on here? Like that's why it felt like a slice of life, where it's like she has so much potential, but she don't even get the reward for her potential.
Yeah.
So when they transitioned to her, where basically the new boss came in, right? And the new boss come in, she looked Zora. She basically looked white. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I know this movie was like supposed to be like, you know, Black Power hard. Like, yeah, Black Power, right? But, you know, very Black Power. And then when the new boss came, a light skin woman, I think one of the side characters was like, oh, look, the light skin woman taking over. And she looked hella white. Like, not gonna lie, with the different eye color eyes, like the light eyes.
Yeah.
And her straight hair.
Yeah.
And I guess this movie is like showing like the bad guys are like people who want to look white, and the good guys are the people who are true to their nature, black nature, you know? But what really got to me, I will say, it was just like the first part of the movie was just boring. To tell you the truth, like that's what I'm saying. It felt like a slice of life, but I clicked this movie to watch a horror.
Be scared.
So I'm like, I don't feel scared. I just feel like this is life. This is whack. I want to be away from life. You know what I mean? I'm watching a movie to be like in that world of scariness or whatever. And I'm watching this movie and I'm like, damn, this shit feel real. It's too real. You know what I mean?
A bit too real.
Struggle, man.
At home, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, damn, bro. Fuck.
But the one thing that I've never gotten before, and I always go back and forth that I want to get it and then I don't get it, is getting a sew-in. Because that looks disgusting. So basically in the movie, after Zora kind of acknowledges that Anna exists and I guess validates her existence is the right way to say it, she gave her a recommendation and said, hey, if you want to make it, you gotta look the part. So go get a weave. And she gave her the card of her hairdresser.
No, it wasn't Zora that did that.
It was the other girl,
It was her assistant.
Zora's assistant.
Yeah.
Who I think honestly looked like Kelly Rowland. Her name was Anna?
No. But a lot of celebrities was in this movie. Usher was in this movie.
Rosalind, that's her name. Usher was in this movie. Kelly
Like, what
Rowland
the
was
fuck?
in this.
The comedian guy from SNL was there, the black dude.
Yeah, Jay Farrow.
Jay Farrow. Like, damn.
They had a good cast. This was a very strong cast, honestly.
That's what I'm saying, but like, not
Laverne
gonna lie.
Cox from Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy.
But not going to lie.
Mhm.
Bro, the script was
The script was
horrendous.
so bad. Oh my god.
Horrendous.
If we have to jump, this is one thing that I don't like sometimes that they do when I'm assuming the director is black and the creator is black and everyone's involved in the creation. When they write black, like talk or black like people talking to each other, they try to add too many like AAVE to it, where it's
What
just
that
like
mean?
African American vernacular.
Clock.
Where it's like, it's to the point where it's like, do people really talk like that? Maybe in the 90s they talk like that. That gets annoying sometimes. But in the scene near the end where we find out that Zora's also tweaking from her hair and Anna's also tweaking from her hair, and they're having this little wind tunnel hair battle thing that was happening. And what is it that they were saying? Zora was like, oh, I was trying to get in your fucking head. It's like, they were just talking to each other so like, you were reading off of a script.
Yeah,
like,
talking about like the very end.
talking about the very end.
Talking about the very. I know you're talking about where they in this fucking. They face each other in the office in this cubicle area, and they're just like, "Oh, it happened to you, right?"
Yeah.
I said, "What's happening? I don't know what's going on."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, now you guys are vibing.
Thank
you. Guys
you.
were now vibing. throughout
Not
the
like
whole
this.
movie.
Not like
you guys
this.
are talking. You guys are friends."
Thank you.
And then it was like, "How many of you killed?"
Exactly.
And then the door was like, "How many of you killed?" Then the main character was like, "Let me ask you another question," and don't even answer
I
that.
hate when people do that with a passion.
And it's just like, "Oh, how many of you killed?" She's like, "This is not normal." It's like, yo, answer the fucking question. Like this one. That's why I felt like a Tubi movie because the lines were just everywhere.
Remember the scene when Julius came to her? Because also Julius used to have a situationship with Anna, and then Zora came in the picture, and now he's messing with her. And after him and Zora had a big fight, after like whatever their branding party and whatnot, he came to Anna and he was like, "Do you ever just miss us?
Oh yeah.
I gotta tell you something." Like,
No. Yo, the way he delivered that line, I feel like he deserved Oscar.
Yeah.
That was perfect. That was cinema. That was peak cinema. He come in, he's like, "Do you ever just miss me?" Fuck! I just really gotta say that. Was that wrong?
Am I wrong for that?
Am I wrong for that? And then he stopped and like, right?
Right?
Yo, what are you saying, brother?
It's
What
just
are
so
you
bad.
saying?
It's so bad.
It was so funny. And then she's like, "Girl, after everything you said that," she stares at him and just say, "Do you drive?"
You drive.
The fuck is this line?
Bad
It's some
lines.
Tubi shit.
It felt very
It's something
20.
that I watched on Instagram, and it was like a movie part, and it was guy was like, he's like, "Do you make him come?" And then she was like, yes, I made him come, I made him explode in my face. And the guy was like, ah! And they started yelling. That was what it reminded me when he delivered the line. Like, dude, what?
What is that yell? Somebody's like,
Yeah, like that. I exaggerated, but he was
That's
just like,
wild.
he sounded like he's in pain. He's like, fuck!
oh,
Yeah, you can see the vein come out of his forehead.
no, we gotta watch Tubi movies.
You gotta watch Tubi movies, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But no, it was like very cringy. So I mean, of all of the kills, which one was your favorite kill? Or which one do you think was the best kill? Because at the end, the CGI just started getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was insane. I don't know what was that.
Stupid.
Which kill did you like the most?
My favorite kill, it was like at the end when we actually saw the hair kill the host.
Which host, Zora?
Zora, that was actually, I think that's my favorite kill.
Really?
Out of all the movies. Out of
Mhm.
all the movies.
Yeah.
Of all the killings, that was my favorite one. Because even though it looked fucking stupid and silly,
Very stupid.
but compared to anyone, the other kills,
Mm.
the other kills.
Oddly enough, you know what my favorite kill is? The first one that she had with her landlord.
What with the landlord that was like abusing
Because
her?
he deserved it.
Oh yeah, he deserved. He was a rapist. He raped other women.
Yeah.
You know, when he said black pussy is like,
Oh my
What
god.
is that?
See, it's a line like so annoying.
Like
It's
black pussy is precious to me.
that. It's like, oh my
It's
god.
like, I love black pussy. It's so it make it seem like it's like candy, bro.
But so weird though, and that kind of annoyed me because I'm not saying that doesn't exist, and I know it happens. It felt to me like he
For
always
him
seemed,
being a rapist?
yeah,
Yeah, it
like
didn't-
nothing hinted at him being creepy. It
Oh,
hinted at
he's
him being an
an
asshole.
asshole.
When he said, "Oh, the cops will throw you out," I would expect, let's say, cops to pull up and knock on her door, and maybe she kill a cop or something.
Yeah, he didn't seem like from our first introduction to him, which he's meant to be an asshole.
Mhm.
He didn't seem to be a person that's aggressive.
Yeah.
Because the line
I mean,
that
no,
he
he
delivered,
seemed aggressive because he was banging on.
oh, he
the
was
door.
banging you, getting irritated. Like imagine somebody owe you money,
Yeah.
right? I'm not defending him. He's a rapist, but I'm just saying from the beginning.
Mm.
Imagine you're I don't know, a landlord, and somebody been avoiding you to
Yeah.
pay rent. You
Yeah.
get to a point you get irritated. She had like 3 eviction notice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
posters.
Yeah.
So like you're banging because you're like, yo, like I need my fucking money. Like you're not giving my money.
Yeah.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
And then when she opened the door finally, she's like, oh, I'll give you the money, I'll give you the money. And it was just like, oh,
Black
look.
pussy's precious to me.
No, that was like a different fucking level. But
Yeah.
when she's like, oh, here's the money. He was just like, oh, you know, if you don't give him the money, you're gonna get kicked out. You're like, what, you gonna? And then she was like, what, you gonna just come and grab me?
Yeah,
no,
they
I
said
get the
the cops
cops.
will do it.
So I was just like, okay, it seemed like a person who's an asshole.
Yeah.
'Cause then I get
I would
that
more
time.
see him coming in and throwing her shit out. You get what I
I
mean?
see that too.
And then her like getting defensive kills him because she's like, now you're fucking bugging.
that makes it better,
Mhm.
right? I didn't see rapists.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, rapist was not
It just
a,
let's make him a villain as much.
I'm a
as
true
we know.
villain. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Let's make him evil.
Yeah.
I saw him just like an asshole that just want his money back.
Yeah.
Like an impatient asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another thing that I didn't like, because it's like I didn't see it happen with anybody else besides Sister Soul. She was the one where she was like all like, you know, I'm keeping my natural hair. She finally caved in. She changed her hair. I didn't even notice that was her, to be honest with you. Anybody else who changed their hair, they didn't really change their personality as drastically. Why is it that when she changed her hair, she becomes this entirely like now like
Very,
puppy,
yeah,
like
puppy and
yeah.
very, very, very.
I didn't like that
erratic.
because it felt unnecessary. Like everybody else felt a little bit
But
more.
remember what the other CEO boss,
Edna,
Edna.
one of those sister-in-laws.
Yeah, she was just like, your hair is your crown, right?
Yeah.
And it's your personality, it's who you are. Once
Yeah.
you remove your hair, you become someone else. So it was like symbolic in a way. Because when
But
she
that didn't
removed her
happen to
hair.
Anna.
Huh?
Anna didn't. Really
Anna
become
was in
somebody
the
else.
Anna was in purgatory, dude. She was in the middle, she's in limbo. You know what I mean? Like
She didn't embrace her natural hair.
Exactly, because she never really embraced her natural hair. Because in the beginning, as you saw in the beginning, when she was a baby, or a
Yeah.
girl, say,
Yeah.
she wanted to change anyway.
Yeah.
So she was always in the middle. She was like the adapter. I think that's why she lasted longer than anyone else
Yeah.
from like getting converted or dying,
Yeah.
right? It's because she was like in the middle.
Yeah.
Now I'm just bullshitting, bro. I don't.
Oh my God, I'm trying to keep up with what you're saying.
I'm just lying, bro.
Because like that's the.
I'm sorry. I try to sound like into the moment.
Is that like Kevin Hart? Wait, not Kevin Hart. Oh my God, Kanye West when he was like, oh, he was like, well, what was the line that he said?
What?
Where he was doing an interview and the guy was like, have you seen that guy lately? He was like, I didn't see him, but I guarantee you he won't see me. I don't know what that means. That just sounded cool. Like, that's what you sound like.
I don't even know who said that.
Kanye West.
That was oh yeah, that was Kanye.
I was trying to vibe with you. Never mind.
No, like
No, but I think something like that makes sense. Where it's just like, I guess she never really accepted, Anna, I would say, never accepted her natural hair as much as Sister Soul did, where she was like proud of it and was like, I'm not changing it for nobody, even if she did end up changing it, you know? But it's just, she still rocked her natural hair. Like, I would understand if, like, she had her natural hair and maybe she was covering it, you know? Like, maybe all the time she always had, like, her headscarves on, or, you know? She didn't necessarily seem like she was ashamed of her hair.
Anna.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe.
I didn't get the vibe that she was ashamed of it. No, she were, because she would hide it.
With headscarves, but I mean, that's a very common thing to do as black women. Right?
Did she hid it when she was working?
No, her hair was always out. She only had her scarves on when she was home.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So it's like she was never ashamed of her black hair.
But we gotta talk about the fucking dynamic that she had with her family, where they was
Yeah,
eating
that was
all together,
weird.
and she was sitting like all the way to the fucking couch.
Yeah.
Like everyone's in the circle, like together, like a family. Like, you know, the uncle and aunt are sitting together because you know they love each other. The two siblings of their, you know, the children are like in a couch, and then you got the main character Anna all in the corner, like, and you
Well,
could
I
tell
think
that
I
they
know
look.
why. I think I know why. Because at first I thought those were her parents, but that's not her parents. That's her uncle and her aunt.
Yeah.
You know, and the daughter is their kid, and that guy was the daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
That wasn't his son. You know?
Okay. Oh, I thought it was siblings.
No, yeah, it was there. Because even like later on when she showed up to Anna's house, I was like, oh, I brought food. And she threw the food out. She was like, oh, I wasn't done. And then Anna was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then her cousin was like, oh, well, my boyfriend says I'm gaining weight anyways. You get what I mean? So it's like, I got the vibe earlier that she also didn't like her boyfriend for whatever reason, you know? But I think that's the reason why. And if you look at it, her cousin's hair was done. You get what I mean? Like, she had like a weave on as well. The mom had a weave on as well. And the dad and the boyfriend are like putting this narrative of like, you know, these mythologies that she doesn't believe in. So it's, I feel like it's a visual separation of like, she's already feeling like a black sheep visually and mentally.
So therefore,
you know?
she isolated herself
Yeah.
in the arrangement.
Because it's like when the uncle asked her, she was like, oh, how's work doing? And she was like, oh, it's tough. And then her cousin just jumps in, yeah, it's tough for me too. It's just like, bro, nobody, I feel like that's like
How the aunt and uncle didn't address it. Like, hey,
exactly. Yeah.
just let it be.
Exactly. So I feel like her, that's how she feels always in general, especially with the way that she's being treated with her natural hair. It's just like she gets dismissed anyways. So it's like, well, if I'm sitting in a corner, you get what I mean? Like, how much more can you dismiss me? It makes sense for me now after seeing like their whole dynamic, why she decided to sit separately from them.
Interesting.
Because it's not like she's like really a part of the family as much. And look at it this way. Maybe, I don't know if her aunt's hair was like permed.
Like a wig.
They both had wigs on. But it's like they both had their hair done, and when she was young and she asked to do her hair gets burned. You get what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I see it as just like she always has like a feeling of like she's on the outside. And then when she went in the kitchen with her aunt was like, oh, like maybe now you're gonna do something with your hair.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with her hair.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's always this feeling of just feeling like an outsider. You know?
Also, this I also want to like bring up the uncle.
Mhm.
Bro, what a
Fake as hell.
what a 180 change.
So fucking
In the
big.
beginning, when you get introduced, you talk about the black magic and talk about like these ancient stories.
Accept your roots.
You gotta
you
accept
know?
your roots and talk about your crown and
Mhm.
talk about like your hair. This used to be like your hair used to bring magic and blah blah. He looked like a philosopher, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I was in."
Because I think
into
he's
my
a teacher.
yeah. He was like, "I'm into my school stuff. My bad."
Yeah.
Right? But near the end of the movie, Anna goes to him to get more knowledge about the hair thing, and he was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, what? This is just stories.
That's not true.
It's not true. Anyway, the car.
You can't cripple old people like that.
Yo, you can't do that. If you start doing it, then you just like, you kind of like a little bit racist.
How
Anna.
useless.
You know what I mean? I was like, and then it was like, and then Anna was like, okay, but didn't you talk about this? He was like, yeah, but I was just teaching. Bitch, I'm fucking getting possessed by a witch thing. You gave me a book about it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
So
And he was just like, I have to go sleep. By the way, you look beautiful. And then he walked away. What?
what does that say? Like, you get what I mean?
Like that line, like I was just like, wow, watching that movie, I was just like, what turn of like, what made this character switch? I
Yeah.
thought he would be like a key player in a sense because he had so much knowledge about the stuff that she got into,
Yeah.
like the witches and how your hair is so powerful, any hair or weaves,
It
whatever.
makes sense for him to explain it to her because she never believed it herself. I thought that was his whole purpose, but for him to say like, "Oh, you look beautiful, by the way," that kind of pissed me off.
Bro, I don't know. Maybe he was like, maybe you're right. Maybe you just don't give a fuck about her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you generally don't care because I'm just like, with all this thing that you're preaching about, knowing your roots and blah 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 blah. You would think that you would be a little bit more proud that your niece is rocking her natural hair like that. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? And working on a network that's trying to promote like black culture, but instead, you're just like so dismissive of her all the time. That is a shitty uncle. I'm telling you. I don't get their relationship at all. Honestly, I don't even know why they were included.
Yeah,
They
and
felt
then-
useless.
I mean, I would say like a quarter of the first movie felt like useless information. I think you could cut it into pieces. Like you could go from the beginning where her trying to get like a different job, a different new cast, whatever, because she's trying to get more money, because she feel underrepresented by like just payment wise. Cut that, then cut basically the interaction with the sibling, because I feel like the sibling didn't like her cousins
They could have just had it be.
had no involvement in the true story. The
She
truth.
had it just her cousin, and the cousin's boyfriend.
That's
Because
it.
the cousin's boyfriend already seemed kind of like, not an asshole, but based on like comment that he had made to his girlfriend, which is the cousin, they could have just kept it between them. You get what I mean?
Not gonna
So
lie,
now-
I don't even remember. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's so irrelevant to me because I don't even remember the cousin boyfriend.
Because he was
He played a small
very
part.
He was a small part.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not needed.
Just like the uncle, you know what's funny? The uncle could have been replaced by someone that kind of like is very into like Black history or some shit.
That's what I felt like he was supposed to be. He's a teacher. Like, if you're a teacher and let's say you're teaching Black history, that's your whole job. That's your whole purpose.
Yeah.
You should be advocating for this. So now your niece comes in and she's like, "Oh, I'm actually interested in this now." You should be excited and like, yeah, now we can finally talk about it. He brought in the Native American stuff, but it's just like, yeah, this is probably related.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah.
Like, he
whatever.
doesn't care,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
So annoying.
I don't care if you're dying.
You look beautiful though.
You look beautiful though.
But anyway, what did you think of the ending? The big reveal that the main executive, Grant Madison, the white guy, is a descendant of the slave owner who the slave master owned like the slaves and the land and everything, and that's where the hair is being farmed.
Not
What
gonna
do you think
lie,
of that?
at first when I first saw it, I was like, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, cause how will I put it? It was just like, oh, we have a white guy. They just make him evil, right? That's how I first saw it. And then, even though it's so short, by the way, it was like, this is how I was thinking at first. Like, I was like, that was the only white guy that we saw in the movie. If you really think about it, I think it was like, besides him, it's like 3 other white guys that they brought up. And it's
Yeah.
really mostly, it was a black movie, so it's not
Yeah.
gonna have that much white guys.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, he's the real true villain.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, that's kind of cool though.
I
Because
like
if you really think about it, hey, you liked it, right?
Yeah.
I liked it too. I was just saying in my beginning, my first thoughts was just like, like you just blame the white guy, whatever, right? But then I think about it, it's kind of cool because he always was a CEO. He always was a big boss. And it so happened that he decides to like run and own this black show only. They only hire black people. And this kind of makes sense why he's the master or massa, because he only want to be surrounded by property.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
He only wants things that he can control, just like how he can control everything that's on the land, like the hair growing.
Yeah.
He's the one that's manufacturing it and selling it to the hairdresser to, put the weave on other people. As he's hiring these executives, notice that's the reason why he fired Edna, because she has sister locks. She's not changing her
Yeah,
locks.
he was upset
Because he can't control
he
her,
controlled
you
her,
know?
so he fired her.
And he brought in somebody else that he can't control. The moment that we saw it, we instantly saw like, this is such a white savior complex. And we
Yeah,
just don't like it.
remember when he was surrounded, he was in the middle?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm here for you guys.
The executives don't want this, but I'm rooting for
And we
you
both
guys.
was like, yo, shut up.
Shut up. Shut up.
Bum. That's how we found
It's just so annoying. But I thought it was a good reveal. I thought it was a good twist. I feel like there were some parts that maybe they could have left out, But yeah, it was a good twist.
It was a good twist. Like when they were trying to explain the ending part. Like I said, I did like when Zora became the evil witch. Like I said, that's my favorite kill. When they kill her, because it was exactly how they described in the book, where the witch gets to a point where she gets so strong that hair,
Yeah.
that they're able to kill the host and become the host in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool. What I did not like, and this is what I want to talk about, the loose ends, it's just when we got to the end part, right? And all these witches was coming in, and you could see the hair growing, and everybody going crazy. But didn't the main character hair betray her?
Yeah.
Like throughout the whole time, she was like, I am sad.
are sad.
Watching this whole mess, I was like, when I was watching, like, ain't that your sister?
Yeah.
Like, that's not your sister?
Because
sister
mind you,
witches in a
when
way?
she went to the other black hair salon where Edna went to get her hair done, and the hairdresser was trying to cut it out, that hair, like, literally grabbed her and killed all of them.
Yeah.
You killed everybody.
Like, not killing me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, all right, you have that thing. So now, yeah, Zora was trying to kill your host.
Thank
and I'm
you.
assuming the reason why the hair witch, like, her hair didn't kill her is because it wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
So it's like, then it makes no sense to kill your host. Then you're gonna defend it?
Exactly.
That's why I was like confused. And then when she opened the door and then she saw everybody infected with the hair,
Yeah.
it's like, why didn't the hair kill you there?
Exactly. Could have just grabbed you immediately.
Yeah.
But no, we needed to see it.
and then I just thought it was silly. And then like at the very end, you find this like she goes inside like a studio where they make music, goes to the table, she finds the gun that she thought was a gun. She points it at the window. Mind you, she got the most confidence when she got that gun.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole part of that scene, she was scared out of her mind.
Yeah.
Going to the table, find the gun. She would come up and she start posing with the gun. Like some spy chick shit. Like Charlie's Angels, like just like posing with the gun because she. Like, have you ever fired a gun? Like, you look
Clearly
so
not.
confident.
Clearly
And then
not.
boom, it's a lighter,
Yeah.
right?
Which was funny.
It was pretty funny,
Yeah.
right? And then she go under the back, she go under the table, grab a cigarette, and gonna smoke,
Yeah.
right? And now when she decided to wet the hair, and now
Which
that's
is
another little thing I want to
so
get into,
wild.
right?
So wild.
So she tried to put the lighter against the sprinklers,
Yeah.
because the sprinkler will be activated and the hair will, and the water will get wet. I mean, the water will get wet.
The water will get wet. And my dumbass is like,
The hair will get wet, right? And that's supposed to be like a bad thing for the hair,
Yeah.
right? However, before that happened, literally, I would say 30 minutes ago, it was raining.
And she was walking under the rain with a magazine on her head, while the other girl, Sister Soul, has a whole jacket trying to protect herself. And she's just like, no, I just have a little magazine. And your hair did not get wet at all.
It didn't freak
no
out.
screams, no freaking out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I keep saying, like, I feel that the main character hair was not strong enough.
Yeah.
Because everyone else, when it was rain, they overreacted. They put everything to protect the hair,
Immediately.
right? But with her, she just walked normal with a fucking newspaper on top of her
I'm
head.
telling you.
And mind, she looked dry as hell.
Dry as hell.
I know she came straight. She showed that she was poor. She had no car.
Exactly. You
But
know
she
she
couldn't
took the bus.
Yeah, exactly. So she got wet, and the hair didn't react. But then when you put sprinklers over your head and the fucking water hitting your head, your hair started reacting like crazy.
I'm telling you, it don't make no sense.
And then instead of like the hair stopping you, because it stopped like a bunch of people cutting it, it was still focused on the water. It didn't stop you from yourself
From cutting
cutting
it.
it with the scissors.
And not just that, the hair is like so smart that it knows what you're gonna do. The lady
Yeah.
was coming at your hair and like brushing it and everything. That as soon as you pulled out the scissors, it like started snapping and
Yeah.
off to you. Why is it that you're reaching and knows that it's not supposed to get water?
Yeah.
You're reaching for the lighter to put on the sprinkler, and the hair loses this momentum.
Yeah, and
and
going
it's
slow,
slowly
like-
creeping up your head.
no,
Stop!
stop.
Like oh my
And
god!
it's like, well, when it came to the hair salon woman, that shit was fast as fuck.
quick.
It
Bro,
killed
you saw
like,
how
when
quickly it killed
Yeah,
her.
it killed both of them. It killed and the reaction of the main characters though. Like you literally see your mentor get killed by your own hair,
Yeah.
and your reaction like, oh my god, let's go to work.
I mean, this is after she also killed Julius, her ex-boyfriend, right?
Yes.
So it's like she's just a fucking psychotic
She
because
was
like
used to it,
this
right?
is like
what the fuck?
and after the salon, this is like the 5th person that died from her hair, and she's just like, oh, I'm the host now. Let's just keep it going. Like,
no, but you know what the thing is? The 2 deaths that she had, like the 2 kills, like I don't see it as her reaction really bad because not gonna lie, those 2 people were assholes. Like her boyfriend was her thing.
her ex, yeah.
Her ex was like an asshole.
Yeah, but that
honestly.
one she killed him. Like, and the other one, it was like, yeah, she stabbed him, and the hair finished it off. You get what I mean? Like with her landlord. But with Julius, she legit killed him. Like he was an asshole, you know. But it's just like if you have a reaction to you literally stabbing someone multiple times while you're riding his dick, you get what I mean? Like
He was right. She was right there.
she was riding like crazy. I mean, she did have a crazy reaction, but you just killed somebody.
Yeah, you just kill somebody.
Like, what happened to that? Like nobody said like, hey,
Yeah,
the
they
star
did.
of our show is missing.
No, they was just like, well, fuck that guy.
Think like
Yeah,
everyone was
replacement.
just so like disposable, you know, like
See,
it
but
really
like
doesn't
I mean,
matter.
the ending shows that like almost everyone's kind of
That's the
brainwashed.
plan. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everyone's brainwashed. Of course, it was just like, oh, we already know what our sister got there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. We have to fill that in. The movie doesn't tell us, oh, this is what's really going on. That's why for me, it's like, I like the movie, but because I have to fill in all the stuff that I'm saying to you, it makes the movie kind of like shitty.
Yeah.
Because like, why do I have to fill in the lore?
Too many open holes.
So many loose ends. Like, how the fuck it was raining and your hair didn't react that way?
Yeah, that just annoyed me.
You know, how come the salon woman died? They trying to cut your hair, but when you're cutting your hair, your own hair is going as slow as possible to not
You got water, you know?
Bro, that show's stupid.
How much of a rating would you give?
The rating, I would say a 3.8.
3.8?
Yeah, I'll put a 3.8. It's not nowhere near an 8 or a 10,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
3.8 because, bro, like, I would say, like, throughout, I would say half of the movie was boring as hell. Like, I didn't want to watch, like, half of the movie, I mean, you heard me, I was just like, yo,
I
can we
know,
watch something else?
you were very uninterested.
Yeah. I was like, can we watch something
Like,
else?
remember I looked at you, I asked you a question, you're just like, huh?
Yeah, I was dazed. I'm like,
That's
yo, take
crazy.
this shit off.
I would actually give it a 5 out of 10.
Fuck.
And I don't know if it's because of, like, I don't know, relation to it, you know? That
I
at the
relate to
beginning-
it.
Yeah, and as a black woman, you really
As a
understand
black
that.
woman, I do relate to it.
You understand the struggles of performing to society standards.
Especially when they use the rat tail to like,
Oh, shut up. You didn't even know what that was.
so they only use the rat tail to like.
Rat tail comb.
Yeah, uncomb my.
Oh my
her
god,
hair.
because first of all, she's gonna go get a weave done. Now I know certain black salons that do like braids and stuff, they don't always wash and braid your hair for you, at least the ones that I've been to. That's like very select few. But they didn't blow dry her hair, they didn't detangle her hair, and you've seen my hair. Now imagine when I just wash it, that someone's yanking my hair with their
it's
rat
like
tail
a form of torture.
It literally is torture, I'm telling you. My mom combs my hair for me with, like, you know, the bigger combs, and I still cry.
Yeah.
Like, that shit hurts, you know? That lady didn't know what she was doing. The hairdresser,
Oh, the
Virgie, Laverne Cox, the girl from Orange is the New Black.
the witch.
Yeah, I think she's a
I
witch.
think she is
She
one.
did look like a witch, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
she
She is
is.
a witch. Yeah.
Like I said, so many people that you know from other good shows
Big
and
names.
movies, big names.
A lot of big names.
Whoa, what are you doing? This movie's trash. Like, you could tell what all the budget went to. They went to those big names
This
because,
is a big name.
dude, not gonna lie, I said this to you. The story, plot, and everything along it felt like a Goosebumps show.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
like,
thinking, doo, doo.
yeah, I remember it was like that scene when she would look at the mirror
Yeah.
and the hair was going
crazy.
I just thought you're gonna go face to black and you're like, dun, 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 in a commercial.
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck is this shit?
This felt like it could have been a mini-series.
Yeah,
Because it felt like they had so many different plot points that they wanted to include, but they didn't finish it. They just left it be. you know?
yeah. I mean, it's dope because it came out in 2020.
Yeah, so I think because of COVID, maybe that's why. It feels like it was like a mini series and they just grouped it into one movie because they're like, all right, let's just release it because we need to release it and we
Right.
can't film anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So we already have like the
and they
important
made it
scenes.
into a movie.
Because the last couple of kills were so CGI, it was
Yeah,
disgusting.
yeah.
It was like, you're not even trying at this point,
Yeah,
you know?
but-
I would give it a 5 out of 10 because I like the story, despite like the all over the place that it was. Even if the beginning was a little slow, the drama part I actually liked because I thought it was interesting, you know? I was like still hooked on it while I was watching it, you know?
Really, you thought it was interesting in the beginning,
I thought it was interesting because I wanted to see what happened, you know?
but
That's-
nothing happened like, in a way.
I'm seeing it as like a slice of life where it's just like, okay, you're having this struggle. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna conform? As soon as she like got the weave in, that's when the horror started because that was like body horror right there with them literally sewing the hair into her scalp, which was disgusting.
That was nasty.
Yeah, but I'm like, you know, as soon as that happened, that's when the horror began.
All right, I don't want to change my rating. I want
Yeah?
to take it back on
Wait,
it.
what
The
are
way
you
you're
giving it?
playing, you get in it. I'm like, wait, did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, because it was a good story. I felt like it
I would
reminded
say
me of.
5.
You said 5, right? Yeah, I'd say 5. It was pretty good. The CGI was bad. The lines were bad occasionally. I didn't like all of the characters. They were like, okay. But I'd say it's a pretty okay movie. It's an average movie. I'm glad you agree with me. You wanna know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it?
What?
62%.
Okay.
So,
That's actually accurate for Rotten Tomatoes. Sometimes Rotten Tomatoes be saying the most absurd shit. Like, you see a movie that's really bad and be like, 100%.
yeah. Or
Pretty
they say a
much.
movie that's actually good.
And then
give it a
it's
low,
only the 28. It's like, what?
like As Above, So Below.
Yeah,
The
that's
Jeepers Creepers.
Keepers.
The original.
The original.
Not reborn.
But the Reborn, they give it 100.
Imagine.
You're like, this is a great movie.
That would be wild. That's crazy. Say a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
It was a good movie.
it was a good movie.
Okay. See?
Seeing